Hi Andy.
Hey Jonathan.
What have we been doing this week, Andy?
Well, Santa left a present under the Christmas tree, and that present was MXL 1.0, and we're here at the Grass Valley booth at ISE 2026 showing Zoom ISO Cloud connecting remote Zoom participants into AMP through MXL.
Excellent. So, a world first.
This is the world's first demo of MXL 1.0 running live here at the show.
Excellent. So just for a little bit of a brief overview, we have hopefully a nice intuitive dashboard piece. So what we mean by this, if you're not familiar with the MXL project, please go and look it up. EBU have got some fantastic documentation on this. But effectively, it's a new method of being able to share audio, video, and metadata between software applications by memory sharing. So what we're showing here is the Zoom ISO Cloud application generating audio and video directly into memory that we are sharing collectively between containers on the same device, on the same hardware node, using the MXL V1 gateway. So this is the Grass Valley AMP application, rolling into Event Producer, which is our package for small medium production, and then returning back out with a feed into Zoom ISO Cloud.
So if you look at the meeting over here, so you can see we have remote guests connected into a Zoom meeting at home, and we have Zoom ISO Cloud joined to this meeting. And we're pulling out the individual video and audio streams through our Zoom ISO Cloud app over here. So Zoom ISO Cloud joins the meeting, and then it can identify those remote participants, and we've selected them to 4 flows, and these are all going to MXL. And then Grass Valley is picking up those flows, producing a result, and then sending us the return. So we set an MXL return, and then that comes back into Zoom, and we can see it here. So any of the MXL sources that are available on the network inside of the AMP ecosystem, they come back and they are available for us to return back to the remote Zoom participants on our network to distribute.
Yeah. Now, we initially showed a technology demonstration of this at IBC in Amsterdam back in 2025, but MXL is rapid in terms of how fast it's come from a concept, an idea, and basically 6 weeks to get to version 0 at IBC, and then obviously the Christmas present of version 1.0. Some of the things that we've come along into with this version 1 release is where we're going to see the real complexity of MXL to some extent being brought forward. So what we're showing, which is really, I believe, unique at this point, is the start of the orchestration of MXL, which is something that the AMP platform is key for providing. And it may look like a very simple drop-down menu, but we have been working with version 0.
Yeah, this is quite incredible. The fact that so Zoom ISO Cloud can create these groups of flows, so audio and video flows grouped together, and you can discover them, and now they're available in this drop-down menu to identify and bring back into the AMP ecosystem. So discovery is extremely exciting to have on the 1.0 spec. So a lot of cool things that we can do there to make this a lot easier for customers to deploy.
Excellent. And I think as we sometimes do, we dove straight into some of the technicals. So if that's not your key focus, I think what we really need to highlight is some of the benefits that we will see with MXL. So Zoom ISO, it's a product that you've had for a long time now. Could you just explain some of the differences that we're going to see with MXL rather than say perhaps SRT or NDI from ISO?
Yeah, absolutely. So when we introduced Zoom ISO in 2021, believe it or not, we introduced it with NDI and SDI outputs, and that's really for connection into on-prem software switchers or hardware switchers, and to be able to get the access through. What MXL gives us is when we're neighboring services inside of the same VPC, we can share memory directly. No intermediate compression, no waiting for a network timing command to send out the next packet. We're all just sharing the memory, and so application 1 writes. So in this case, Zoom ISO is writing into the MXL environment. Grass Valley's doing some production on top of that. Maybe have color correction, other editing tools, graphics layers.
Yep.
They all just work on the same shared memory. So we're not compressing, we're not copying, we're not transporting. We're passing all those savings back. So we get a really efficient cloud, super low latency.
Yep.
We maintain the best quality, and that's really the incredible power of MXL.
Yep. And we remove the need for less of a scaled environment, but on a general production, because we're running both the production workloads and the Zoom workloads in containers on the same device. We're no longer into the separate piece of client hardware to generate those NDI feeds. So,
exactly.
Low latency, 0 compression, full resolution, reduction in hardware.
Yep, and that gives us all that horizontal scaling that we're so excited about. We'll be able to do orchestration across a whole bunch of different media needs without having to incur all those additional infrastructure challenges. So it's really, really exciting. It's super efficient, and that's why we're so excited to be the first external vendor to support MXL on our side. We identify that this is a key opportunity for us, and we really want to participate and help move this forward.
Excellent. So not long until we're in Vegas for the NAB Show. Yep. So we're hoping to have some more updates then. But whether it's broadcast AV, we're at ISE, so this has been very relevant for those markets, but also for traditional broadcast. We know there's a big contribution piece. So if you're around, come see us. We'll be stood next to each other there as well.
If you're here in Hall 4, look forward to seeing you.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you.